Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona, and today's class to go is using the Seaside Bay bundle and the By the Bay 6x6 designer series paper. First of all, apologies for missing last week and thank you very much for all your best wishes. I am feeling much better. It's taken a while to catch up, but I'm getting there. So just want to crack on, and I've got 3 cards for you today. 2 are fancy folds, one's a regular fold, and quite a bit of die cutting on 2 of the 3. I don't know which one is my favourite, but anyway, so these 2 we'll get to a bit later. I'm going to start with this one, which I believe is called a diamond flip card, because this bit here looks like a diamond and it flips in or out. So that was designed by an American demonstrator, Brenda Quintana, and I wanted to have a go. I'm not sure I like it, but it is quite fiddly, and I'm not really sure it packs that much of a wow. But anyway, so there is a bit of stamping, lots of design. I mean, you don't have to stamp, you could just use the designer series paper. I did stamp the birds on there and the thank you. The designer series paper is beautiful. So we're using a bit of a variety of that. The stamp set's got some lovely sentiments. You are a pearl, rare and precious, and it kind of goes with this. And the dies, you've actually got, you can actually make a proper shell with the dies, which is great fun. So let's have a play. So let's do this first one, the diamond flip. Now I have got everything pretty much ready. There's just a little bit of cutting. So basically, I started off with a piece of Night of Navy. Also to say, if you spend £27 in my online shop between now and close of business on Tuesday, the 28th of March, 2023, I will send you everything you need to make 2 each of the cards, so 6 cards. No stamped images, but all the designer series paper, any die cuts and everything. So this first one is using a Night of Navy base, and I have cut my designer series paper. So let me just pop that there so you can, oh, you can't see that. Can you see that there? Let's lay it down so you can see it. So what I've done is I started off with a piece of card that's 28 centimetres by 10.5, and I've scored at 14. And then I've scored again on the front at 5 centimetres. Now, this is the bit I've kept to show you. I'm just going to bring my trimmer in. And you're actually going to cut through both ends. So I don't know if you can see this. Where I've scored is to kind of give an edge. And then I've marked with a white gel pen halfway down. So that's 10.5, so 5.25. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my edge of my score line with my white mark and cut through 2 bits at the same time. Just make sure, yep, I've got both of those off. And then I'm just going to turn it around and do exactly the same. So that's how you get your diamond edges. Okay, so now we've got pointed edges at both ends. I have actually just got a little bit of the white showing, so I might just need to trim that off on that bit. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of the trimmer. And so this bit is the bit that's going to fold back. Let's get my bun folder. And the other end is going to say stationery. Okay, and then I've got a square which should fit over the top. Oops, I think I'm not quite at an edge there. Let me get 19. Just line that up. Yeah, I've just made, there's no point there now because I took my white bit off. So let's try and get that point back. There we go. Okay, so that folds back, and then that will be covered with your square, which then covers it, and you're going to glue that down to your front flap, and that's your movable diamond. So let's get the designer series paper in. I've also got a piece of basic white for inside to do your message. So on this one, I use the, I don't know if you call that geometric, and then the shells on the inside. So this time I've got, I love this bit. It makes me think of a beach. So that's going to go on the front. I'm just going to use some Seal Plus, useful on the back with some foiling. But navy on navy, I just thought it might be a bit too dark. Although it's made me think, I've got a friend who's got a special birthday this year and she loves navy. So let's just pop that on the front with a little bit of a frame of navy. So it's not a huge card. And then the other bit, so I could do the geometric, but I think I'm going to do the shells this time on the inside. I don't know which way up it goes really. Does it matter? Not really. Okay, and that's going to go on the inside flap. And then my piece of white. And that'll leave me enough to do half a square or a triangle even on that bit there. So that's for your message. And then I am going to use the foiling knighted navy bit just on the inside there and on that side as well. Just line that up. It's the only thing when you're doing colour on tone is the phrase, isn't it? Tone on tone is seeing whether you've got any. Yeah, there we go. And then the same at the other end. Needs to trim that, got a little stray, but there we go. And now I'm going to put on the front my designer series paper onto my square, and then I will just stamp my sentiment. And I think I'll do heartfelt sympathy actually, because I was reading today about people needing sympathy cards, and kind of when you need them, it's the last thing you want to be making. So it's quite good to have some in your stash. So I'm going to do those 3 birds. Now, what colour did I do them on there? I don't even know what colour that is. That looks... Oh, I think that might be Pretty Peacock, which is coming back. I did get it out, but I have no idea where it is. So I think I'll stick with Night of Navy. Oh, I know. Let's do... What colour are birds? Oh, let's try a bit of flamingo. I know they're not flamingos, but we'll see what it looks like. Let's be wild. So next week, next Wednesday night, we get, as demonstrators, one of the perks is seeing the new catalogue early, and we will get to see the new colours, and there is a colour refresh as well. So that's really exciting. I won't be able to share the colours with you. I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Starry Sky, I think. So talking about colours, it's as soon as they announce the colours that are going, there'll be a mad rush to get them. Obviously, we know the 5 in colours that are going. Well, we assume they're going. I would really like it if Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent stayed, and Polished Pink, but we're assuming they're going. So you really need to stock up on any of your favourites, on the cardstock, the ink refills, blends, pen, stamping right markers, whatever, because literally as soon as the announcement is made, they will start selling out. Right, Heartfelt Sympathy. Now, is that going to fit? Yes. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to get my Starry Sky. Now, what is this called? Metallic ribbon. Yeah, metallic woven ribbon. I'm just going to tie a very small bow. Oh, I've got ink on my hand. That's it. Right, a very small bow, and I'm going to pop that on with a glue dot just on the front. So I'm just going to roll the glue dot up. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm going to pop it there. Ribbon scissors. And pop that there. Just make it a little bit smaller. I have a tendency to end up with my ribbon scissors in normal, so I need to make sure they're not. Right, and then all I'm going to do now is glue that over the top, this half here. So I'll just get some wet glue. Silicone mat, and pop that over the top. Get my pegs. and just give that a minute to dry. When that's drying, I'll just clean my stamp. Oops. And there we go. So that was card number 1, the diamond flip card. So that was the original, and this is today's version. And it just folds forward like that. So they are quite unusual. And that's card number 1. Right. Moving on to card number 2. I do love this fold. I can't remember what it's called. A stepper fold. Quite often you have them that way, but I've done it this way. And I have used this blue foiling, which is, I think, is stunning. So I hopefully have got everything ready for that. So if you spend £27 in my online store, get the kit, you will get full written instructions. So you need 2 pieces of thick basic white, and this piece is 24 centimetres by 10.5. I'm not sure where I scored it at. I've got the instructions up. Hold the line caller. So that is right. Okay. I know I've written this down in metric. I'm going to have to measure it as I go along, I think. I didn't realise I hadn't scored it. This one I have scored. So this bit is 14. Do you know what? Where are my card instructions? This is a problem when you're ill. Everything kind of goes out the window. I can't even find my card class book now because I write all my measurements down. This might be it here. Yes. Maybe. No. I'll just measure it as we go along. So, right, this is 14.4 and it's scored 1.5 and 4, and that's to get your front flap. And then this one I said was 24 centimetres, and then I'm going to score that at I think it's actually 1.2. 1.2 plus 2.5, so 3.7. Apologies. Let's get my scoreboard, my trimmer. So that is 1.2. It's actually half an inch is easier probably. That's the first one. That's that one. And we'll mark it with a pencil. Yeah, 4 centimetres. Need 1.5. Is it the wrong side actually? Is that about right? And then this bit is, so I think it's actually, yeah, 3.8 from that score line. So 3.8. Yeah, so that's 1.5 basically. And the last one is 2.5, which is 1 inch. Much easier. So apologies about that, but as I said, if you spend £27 in my online shop, you'll get the written instructions. Okay, so bone folder. I've made this a lot harder than it needed to be, by the way. I do apologise. Right, so what I'm going to do is fold that down like that. My Stampin' Seal Plus. And there you've got your first step, so to speak. Ah, hang on, let's quickly undo that before it sticks down, because I should have put my designer series paper down first. So if you haven't pressed too hard, even with Seal Plus, you can get it back up again. This paper is just stunning. Right, let's pop some Seal Plus back on there. And this time, when I fold it down, I can push hard. I'm just going to go over all my creases. And there we go. Right, and then I've got the strip that matches to go on here. And I'm trying to line it up so that the bottom is parallel. There we go, that's that. And then what we want to do is to pop this bit on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop my designer series paper on first, and that looks a bit small actually. Yeah, I need to trim that. That should be 9.5. going that way. And let's pop a bit of Seal Plus on this end here, and this bit here. Okay. Now I don't want it to, because you need to fold it so it goes in the envelope. And there you go. Love that. I really do love this fold. Okay, and then I've got, this is a label from the Something Fancy dies, and I have cut out a piece of grass in Night of Navy and Coastal Cabana, because that's the colours in the designer series paper, and I've got a crumb cake shell and a soft suede shell, and I'm going to do Thank You for Everything, but I also want my shells to go along the bottom like that. Now, did I do those in soft suede? Yeah, I think I did soft suede stamped off. Because the grasses and the shells are going to cover that bit up. And then I think actually, you know what, I'm going to do another sympathy one. Just because they're handy to have in this stash. So it'll be Heartfelt Sympathy. And I'm not going to stamp this one off. There we go. Just get that out of the way so I don't end up with it all over my hands. I love blues and greens anyway, so I think that's probably why I like this designer series paper so much. And then all I need to do is, I have a bottle where I've mixed the, what is it called? The thin, I think I've used it. I'm not looking at catalogue. At the adhesives. Adhesives. Why can't I see adhesive? Oh, there, it's page 127. I couldn't see it for looking. Number 14, yeah, the fine tip glue pin. So I've mixed half a bottle of that with half a bottle of Tombow, and then I put it in, I just got this in Amazon. Do you know what? I think I'm, yeah, going to pop those on first. And I will need my pegs. So that's going to go right down there. And just pop a peg on to hold it in place while it dries, and then this one will go just a fraction above it. my peg back on there. And then I'm going to pop the shells on with dimensionals. Oh yeah, these are just gorgeous. Flat adhesive backed pearls. So you've got kind of a larger size and then a smaller size. And then, I mean, you could, if you did that die cut of the pearl, literally have a 3D pearl, it'd be amazing. So what I want is the mini, what are they called? Dimensionals. That's one, and then that one will need a normal one. You've got a little bit of embossing on it as well, which is just beautiful detail. You probably can't see it on the camera, but when it's finished, I'm going to hold it up. You might be able to. Okay, let's take my peg off. Pop my. And that one's just going to go there, and then I'm going to pop a little pearl. Actually, I think I need another dimensional under there. Maybe I should have used a big one, but I thought it was quite small. Right, and then lastly, I just need to. No, did I put it? Oh yeah, I did put it on the dimensionals actually. It's crazy this weather. It's you know, it's really mild and damp, but it gets so warm with the lights on. So I've actually got my aircon on me just to kind of keep me cool. Right, and then I'm going to pop that on there in the middle. Okay, and there's card 2. And I do think this is my favourite. I love it. I love the colours. I love the die cuts, and I love the fold. So that's, I think, my favourite. So that's card 2. Right, card 3 is a basic card fold. So 29.6 scored in half at 14.8. And then I've just cut some designer series paper. Now here I have die cut. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that. There is actually, I haven't raised it, but there is another bit of Night of Navy. And then the designer series paper fits onto that. I just, this bit is absolutely stunning. The Seaside. And then I've die cut, I don't think I need that one actually. Die cut some grasses in, oh, here's the clamshell, which you can, I'm actually not going to do it with a pearl in it, oyster even. And then these are grasses, which I've soft sea foam, and then I've put adhesive sheets on the back on some of them to, yes, to make it easier. So I do love this one, but I think the other one is my favourite. So let's just get this designer series paper and matting and layering done. So there's more foiling on the other side, but I prefer this. Just think it's stunning. There we go. Now I could raise that up, but I'm not going to. Our postage is going up again in April, so you know it's just getting ridiculous to send stuff. There we go. just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, I do need a bit of vellum. I thought I had cut it out, but I haven't. So rather than die cut it, I'm going to use my decorative circle and some vellum. You won't see the bottom bit. In fact, actually, I only really want half of the circle, so let's just trim that, maybe a bit more than half. Just want a flat bottom. There we go. And then I'm going to just stamp again my, I don't know if you can see it. Stamp the shells. I do love this. It's like the beach effect. We've got so many. We've got the lighthouse and the let's set sail, and so many sort of seasidey things. Right, and I'm going to stamp this off again, especially as it's on vellum. I really don't want it to be too dark. And it's going to be covered up with the shells and everything, so I'm going to do another one a bit higher up. There we go. Whoa. Now with vellum, it does take a minute to dry, or you can get your heat gun out. So I will just put that to one side while I do the other bits. Oh, that was what I did. On this, I stamped thank you. And I did that in Night of Navy by the looks of it. I think I just cut the bottom bit off. Yeah, Night of Navy. So that's going to be... Actually, where did the thank you come from? Because it's not... Oh, it is. Thank you for everything, and I just did thank you. Oh, I know. I did that with a bit of masking tape. So I'm just covering up the for everything. With masking tape. So what you do is you put the masking tape on, then you stamp onto your ink pad, and then you remove the masking tape. Whoops. And I have got some on the edge, so I've got to be very careful. And I'm just going to do this on the bottom part of this shell. And hopefully, yes, it's worked perfectly. So another little technique for you. I just think sometimes you want a thank you card, and it's, you know, for everything's a little bit over the top. Whoops. Right, so what I need to do now, I'm going to just trim this shell. There we go. And then I need my crumb cake dauber. I did this recently, so hopefully it's still, yeah, just go around it. So it's not quite, and this is very vanilla. Okay, and then the same with my shells, just so they're not quite so stark. These shells I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay. So, and then I've got my grasses. Let's just see how the vellums do. If I need to get my heat tool, yeah, it's just still a little bit wet. Okay, and then that's going to go on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some adhesive on the sides, which will then be covered up by the grasses, so you shouldn't be able to see them. Okay. No, it's not sticking. Okay. Right, then I've got adhesive backing to get off these. It makes some like stickers. It really is amazing, this stuff. It just makes some things so much easier. That's when you can get it off. Let's get my pick tool. This one really doesn't want to come off. Come on. What's wrong with you? Please. Please come off. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to go the other side. And then there's a bit going down at the bottom. And the little ones. Gosh, it's really humid. Unless it's me having a Mediterranean moment. And one more bit. We can go higher up. There we go. Let's just get rid of these little bits. Right, now I can start adding my and I've got some pearl. I've got quite a few pearls on there, as you can see. So let's pop my thank you in first. Okay, and then the big shell. I'm actually just going to cut because it's going to add depth to that bit, and I can use that other bit. I'm just going to give it a bit of a twirl, and I haven't used my crumb cake. Make it look a bit sandy. There we go. And that's going to go over the grasses. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue at the bottom, so I want to give it a bit of dimension. So it's sitting down and then raised up like that. Okay, and then I've got these three. Just tuck that in there. And the itty bitty one. I'm just going to have a pearl on it. This one. And last but not least, this one can just go flat. Just need a little bit of tombow. Whoops. Okay, so now I just need to add my pearls. I need to give everything a bit of a clean up. So I've got a baby pearl there and a bigger one on the vellum and another little one on the vellum. So that's 3, 4, 5. Let's get carried away because they're lovely. Okay, so there's card 3, and I really hope you like them. Card 3, card 2, and card 1. So 2 and 3 are my favourite, and I do love them both. I love that fold, and I love that design. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you spend £27 in my online store by midnight on Tuesday the 28th of March, you will get the kit to make 2 of each, so 6 cards exactly as here. You'll get all the die cuts. The only thing you won't get is the stamped image, but I'll provide everything else. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I have got another 3 cards because I just loved it so much I couldn't stop playing with it, which I will post over the weekend on Monday. But thanks very much for watching. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.